everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I am so glad that you're here because tonight we're talking about Big Z or Zadorov or Drago or whatever you want to call this beast of a man. I am convinced, listen to me very carefully, I'm convinced that he's coming back. I know a lot of people don't believe that he will return, but I'm telling you right now, I believe that Zadorov is coming back to Vancouver. And I know that in the thumbnail, I have the thing where it says, I'll be back by, and that's the Terminator's line, right? I'll be back, right? But the fact is, the way he's talking, the way it's all coming together, I just believe that he will resign in Vancouver. Now, I want you to post in the comments whether he will resign or not, and if you want him to resign. And if you do, like, what would be the contract that you would be okay with, the highest level contract that you will be okay with and feel comfortable with? But I'm convinced, everyone, I'm convinced that he's coming back. And there's a number of reasons why. But just before I dive into that, just a reminder, I've done a ton of content already on the off season and tons to come in the next 3 weeks. So please hit the follow, the like, the subscribe, keep up to date with all the Canucks conversations. I've got tons of things because I love making Canucks content that is realistic, honest, and passionate. And so you can always follow me on all my socials. We'll talk about that later. So I have talked multiple times that we need to prepare ourselves, and I'm trying to prepare myself even with Zadorov, that Zadorov is going to may or may not be back. I'm convinced he's coming back, but I could be wrong. I just highly doubt it, everyone. I just highly doubt he's not coming back. And maybe it's just my whole piece to it where I'm like, I just want him back. He's the type of player I love watching. But there is a warning that I talked on a few of my videos that this team might look vastly different than last season. Or maybe it's really similar. Maybe the Canucks find a way. So this is the thing right before I dive into the Zadorov. I just want to talk about the whole league for 1 second. 1 minute, okay? Notice no unrestricted free agents have been re-signed yet. Don't you think that's a little strange? And everyone's like claiming, oh no, this player's going to this place. This was like Joshua, Detroit really wants him. They're going to offer him $4 million. That's just speculation and rumor. They cannot talk to Joshua right now. They cannot talk to Zadorov. They cannot talk to Lindholm. So all these things that you're hearing, all of them, it's just speculation, okay? But why hasn't anyone from any team been re-signed yet? Don't you think that's strange? Because you know why? It's because negotiations are going on and they're trying to figure out who's going to bend and who's going to break. And some of those players are waiting till that last minute and they're like, listen, I want this amount. And the teams are like, no, we're not paying that. We're not paying that. And then the night before or 2 nights before or 3 days before, all of a sudden you're going to start hearing all these things. But don't you think it's weird that nobody's re-signed yet? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally at lunch and you can't re-sign yet. Maybe there's while the finals are going on, you can't do that. I'm not sure. But all I know is it's quiet as a mouse right now, everyone. So we know that reportedly the Canucks offered Zadorov $4.5 million times 4 or 5 years is the report that came out before the playoffs, and he declined it. Now, you need to remind yourself that he's made $3.75 million for the last number of years. He couldn't get a deal done with Calgary. That's why they shipped him out. We trade a third and a fifth for him, which, I mean, if we resign him, that is a steal of a deal for a third and a fifth for him. Or is it a six? I don't even remember what it is. And so that's what happened there. He was off. The Canucks offered him $4.5 million, and then he declined that. Now, I think he's worth more than that. I know a lot of people say, no, that's what he's worth. That's what he's worth. I don't think he's worth. I think he's worth more than that, and I think that's why he declined it. And rightfully so. These guys, Zadorov is hard to replace in the way of size, of ability. So let's talk about that. Okay. We're going to dive in. I'm going to get into your comments. If you're here later, please comment in the comments. If you're here during the live stream, please take some time to comment. I'd love to connect with you regarding this. But the Canucks need playoff players, and Zadorov is a playoff player. He fits the bill in every aspect of the title. Big, physical, strong, scores goals in the playoffs. He scored 4 goals for us in the playoffs. Now people say, oh, it's recency bias. You shouldn't be doing that. He's never played that for the full year. Listen, he plays playoff hockey all season long. Now, I don't think he plays playoff hockey to like JT Miller standards all season long, but the way he plays, the way he's looking for the big hits, the way that he wants to be effective, the way that he even pins guys on the boards, or if there's a scrum in it, he's there. Like, he's a playoff type player. You need to put a lot of those kind of players on your team. Look at Florida, for example, right now. Sam Bennett, who was like seriously considered garbage in Calgary, 4th liner, couldn't even trade him for hardly anything. Look at what he's done. He's a playoff player, everyone. That's why the Matthew Tkachuks of the world are so valuable. They're playoff players. That's why JT Miller is so valuable. Playoff players. Zadorov is a playoff player. And that's what I'm saying. We need to fill this team with guys who can produce in the playoffs, because I just have expectations, and I know that regular season matters, okay? But I have this expectation with this core that we're going to make the playoffs year after year, and it's not going to be easy, but we need to be contenders and not pretenders. And how do you do that? By keeping playoff players, adding playoff players. That's what Zadorov is to me. But I do want to just – size matters, everyone. Hockey players – listen, a guy like Zadorov, that size does not grow on trees. He is unbelievable. He's so amazing. I just think, like, you got to consider these, like, different elements today. Like, honestly, you have to consider those things. How do you not think that does, like, that's intimidating, that whole thing, right? So we'll get into that as well. And let's just get into it now. So he's a hitter, he's an intimidator, and he's a difference maker. Here's the thing. He is so, like, okay, we live in this weird world, and Zadorov, I asked the question on Hockey Night in Canada. They actually read if you go to my Twitter page, my X page, and search Kempner Canucks, the thing that I pinned was that he answered my question. He said it's so dumb nowadays that a clean hit equals a fight. But that's what this is the NHL we live in. Guys come and they, like, someone will level someone, and all of a sudden they want to fight, and they realize it was Zadorov, and then they think twice. They're like, I'm good. How many times has Zadorov hit someone, and Zadorov walks in and is like, hey, you want to drop the gloves? Let's go. I mean, like, guys like Rempe will drop the gloves. Guys like, you know what I mean? Like, some of the big boys will do it, like Reeves and all those guys, but they don't play tons of minutes, you know. But overall, Zadorov, like, guys are not dumb enough to fight him. And they're like, we're good. It's like, they're like, hey, who hit me? And they look at, I'm good. I'm good. So size, hitting ability, intimidation, he makes a difference in a game. I think you have to re-sign him, everyone. You have to, because size matters. Size matters for him. And I also think that he wants to stay in Vancouver. And he wants to get paid. Don't get me wrong. He wants both. He wants to get paid, and he wants to stay in Vancouver. Why do you think I think that he wants to stay in Vancouver? Well, all the comments he makes. Even little pot shots at Calgary, sometimes Edmonton. He's embracing the rivalry. He talks so much about loving playing in Canada. It's a difference to play in Canada, which we all know. A lot of players want to play here. So as a Russian player with Pavel Bure, Mogilny in the past, it's like, this is like, dude, playing in Vancouver is awesome. is awesome for him. He loves the city. His wife loves the city. He said his family loves the city, right? And that's a very important piece. If your wife likes the city, like, of course you want to go to Florida where there's no tax, right? But Florida doesn't have much room on there to pay people. A lot of players want to play there, so they get. But and Vancouver has terrible tax. Canada has terrible taxes, and they want to still play here. I believe that wholeheartedly he would love to stay in Vancouver. Now it's whether the Canucks want to pay and want to bring him back. But it sounds like making that offer says that they wanted him back. Now he might have priced himself out, but then even that question, when the guy asked, "Did you price yourself out?" He's like, "What are you guys talking about? Who's priced me out of what? Like, how much am I going to get?" You know what I mean? Like, I know Milstein's his agent. He's going to try to get as much money for him as possible. I totally get it, everyone. I totally get it. But here's the thing. Sometimes it's just not, you're going to get paid good money wherever you go. Just go where you want to be. And there's something nice about like staying in a place, living in a place. I know it's his opportunity to get paid good money, for sure. But I think he really wants to stay in Vancouver. The fans loved him. Is he going to get the same fanfare somewhere else? I mean, if he stays in Canada, sure. But I'm not sure, man. I'm confident he's coming back, and this is one of the reasons why he wants to be back and playing in Canada. He wants to be in Vancouver. His wife wants to be here too. Looked like they had a great time. And you know what? Moving's overrated. I had a friend who played almost 1,000 games in NHL. I believe he played in 6 different cities in 6 different years, and it was awful. The thing about Zadorov, he's looking for term. He's looking for money. Now, that comment that I want to just quickly dive into about he doesn't want to, like, you know, he's going to get overpaid. He's outpriced himself out of the market. And he says, no, I didn't. Like, what are you guys doing? You're listening to Edmonton reporters? Like, what do they know about it? It's only about my agent and the Canucks. That's all that matters. And people like, don't overpay. Now, I'll tell you a couple things that people have said. We overpaid for Myers. Let's not overpay for Zadorov. If we overpay Zadorov, he's going to turn into the next Myers. Listen, Myers got a boatload of money for 6 seasons. 5 of those seasons, he did not play well throughout the whole year. Okay? We know that. And last year, he finally had a good season. Now, all the Canucks fans want him back. We had never seen him in a Canucks uniform with the Canucks players in that squad. Okay? Think about it for a second. He's in Winnipeg. He's playing all these minutes. You're thinking, oh, he's going to come back. Like Benning's thinking, coming here, it's going to be natural. He's big. No. He's played under Tocchet. He's played in the system. He's played on this team. We've seen what he can do. There are very few games when I'm like, yeah, Zadorov had a bad night tonight. Myers had a great season for him. And there was still a lot of nights where I'm like, ooh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Like he was bad tonight. I think maybe 1 or 2 games for Zadorov that I could say that's what I saw with him. I'm telling you right now, the comparison to Myers' contract, even if you went 6 times 6, okay, let's just say, like, you and I don't control it. You might not like that number. Let's just say, for example, the Canucks land on $6 million, okay? They land on $6 million times 6 seasons. He's not going to play bad like Myers. We've already seen what he can do here. We already seen what he can do in the playoffs. And here's my biggest thing about overpaid comments. We better not overpay him. Listen, I would rather overpay whatever that means, okay? Because I'm hoping for 5 times 5, okay? That's what I'm hoping for. I'd rather overpay him now than to overpay. You're going to overpay someone in free agency. Did you guys know that Cole made $3 million last year? Ian Cole. He's the number 6 defenseman on our team. The idea that you think that Zadorov's going to be okay with 3.5 when he made 3.75 last year. He's looking for a raise. Now, 4.5, I think, was a very fair offer that the Canucks offered him. I'm just hoping it's not going to be 5.5. It's not going to be 6. It's going to be 6.5. But I'm at this stage. I don't care really what it's costing other than like $10 million. But listen, it is crazy. It is crazy how much people are like, you better. I do not want to overpay free agents that you don't know if they're going to be a good fit here. Like, think about this, everyone. These overpay comments, first of all, someone's getting overpaid. We know that. That's just a fact. I'd rather overpay, whatever that means, overpay Zadorov than go overpay a free agent. Because if you don't sign Zadorov, I don't know who you're going to play on that side. Who you're going to get. I mean, if you can get Brendan Dillon for $3 million, cool. But he's older. And he's going to be good. Don't get me wrong. I would, if we don't get Zadorov, that's who I hope we get. But I want Zadorov. I just think he's really good. He's really good. And can we just admit something? He's so much better than Soucy. And look at the numbers. Look at the how many minutes he played. Look at what did in the playoffs. And Soucy has been injured a lot, everyone. So, and I'm not saying Soucy's a bad player. I just think that's like, why would you offer Soucy $3 million? I believe that's what he's making, $3 million, right? $3 million bucks. Let's just make sure I'm saying this correctly. Soucy is making, I almost had all these memorized. Yeah, $3.25 million for 3 seasons they signed him for. He's 29 years old, right? Why would you say Soucy's better when you offer him $3.25 million and you've already offered Zadorov 4.5? Obviously, they think he's better as well. So I think we need to sign Zadorov right now. I really do. Now, guys, I would love to do more videos on this, talking about a specific player and what I think about the Canucks and whether they're good fits. Please post in the comments who else you want me to do. I know there's a lot of talk right now about Lindholm. I honestly think Lindholm is not coming back. But I can get into the deep dive. I'm thinking that might be my next video. I might be a day late on this one. I should probably have done the Lindholm video tonight. But it is what it is, everyone. So let me know in the comments who you want me to do next on the UFAs, RFAs, and I'll do specific videos of specific guys. So let me know. Which UFAs do you think will be back out of the, is it 9 that we have right now of the Lindholm? I mean, you've seen the video. You've seen the video of what the other guys are like too, right? You've seen the ones of, let me just see if I can go back to it and bring it up here. Maybe this is the one. UFA updates. Yeah, this one. So if you haven't watched these other videos, please check them out, because I think like stuff like this, I've already gone through each one of these players. I noticed I didn't add Lafferty. I didn't talk about Lafferty on that because I don't think he's coming back. So, listen, I've got 62 comments in here. I want to dive in to the conversation with each one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's dive into what you're asking. Let's dive in. Dreamer says, I think Big Z will be back. Yep, absolutely. Baker. Stuart Baker, good to have you here. Let's just see. Dell says, hey, Trev, Zadorov's history is that he moves onto the highest bidder. Okay, that's fine. He did that in Colorado. I mean, he was making peanuts, right? And Calgary. And he'd do it again. He might, Dell. I hope you're wrong. Listen, we don't, I'm not convinced yet that we're not going to overpay on certain players. We'll see. This summer will be very interesting. Now, the Cole, Soucy, they got good deals. Bluger, they got a good deal. Lafferty was pretty cheap in the trade. But a lot of these guys were solid. We'll see We'll see what happens, everyone. I mean, maybe Brendan Dillon comes to us for $2 million because he lives in Vancouver and says, you know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. But so far, Rutherford hasn't really overpaid yet. Callum says, we can't keep everyone. In summer reflection, I would rather keep Hronek and add some cheaper muscle to replace Zadorov and Joshua. Okay. I hear what you're saying. I respectfully disagree as well. But I would not. I think that Zadorov's a very important piece to keep. But if we don't, and see, what I don't like is everyone's freaking out because people are talking about 5 times $5 million for Zadorov, but it's all the rumors are saying Hronek wants 8. You're going to pay Hronek more money than Quinn Hughes. I've got a personal problem with that. Just saying, I've got a personal problem with that. Surprised that Jim Neal won GM of the Year. I thought it would be, yeah, Alvin, one of the runner-ups. I know. We all know Rutherford runs the show. Maybe. I'm not really sure. I think that's a team effort for those guys. It does work sometimes, everyone. I mean, obviously, I'd love to get a Gensel, but what's that going to cost us? 10 million? 8 million? 8.5? 9 million? Like, what is Gensel going to cost us? And I don't think Vancouver has the Russian curse. Bure, Mogilny. I mean, obviously, Trampkin didn't work out, but it is what it is, right? Viper says 5 times 4.5 million. Yeah, that's what it was offered. And he said no to that. That's what he said no. Zadorov, 4.5 times 6. He might take that. I don't think he will, but he could. 5 times. No, what's this supposed to? Stuart, gotta repost that, buddy. You did 6 times 5.4, 54. I don't know what that means, man. Help me out. Help me out, brother. I don't know. I don't know that answer yet. Mike, good to have you. He's not worth 5 times 5 unless he plays like he did playoffs all year. Why? Why? We look at Lindholm played awful for us. Awful for us in the regular season. Let's be honest. I shouldn't say awful. For what we were expecting, Lindholm did not play great for us, and we just offered him 7 times 7 because of his playoff experience. This is his last big payday, and it's better to let him walk, unfortunately. I hear Joshua wants, yes, Joshua wants over $4 million, $4 to $4 million. Rumors that he's going to Detroit now. Yesterday or the day before, he's going to Toronto. People don't know where he's going. They have no clue. I think he's worth 5 times 5, but Mike, you're welcome to disagree with me. It's a good day when the Oilers lose. Oh, man, I was shocked. I saw their first goal, then I had to go out. I had my kids had an awards night at the school for sports, and both my kids won some awards. That was really cool. I was the coach, and the girls got me this. Thanks, coach, and so nice of them. It was awesome to coach them this year. My daughter's team. So, yeah. Nearly 10 million for a bottom 6 forward and a third pair of these. Way too much, dude. How much do you think Zadorov's going to get? And Zadorov's not a third pair winger, left-handed defenseman. He's better than Soucy, guys. He's literally a second pairing guy. So, why would you sign before the cap went up today? Good point. Good point. My viewership needs Grogu. Grogu, let's aim to keep the focus on the Canucks and NHL topics, right? Callum, there you go. Intelligent, charismatic, cuddly, green, like the green guys, witty and entertaining. That's awesome. Paying over $5 million for a third. It's not. Again, I just disagree that even if he's okay, let's just say he's a third pairing defenseman. That means they're rolling 3 defensive pairings out. It's Quinn Hughes and Hronek or whoever it's going to be on that right side, and they're going to play a ton of minutes. But you can roll out all 3 pairings. That's what it could be the strength of the Canucks, just like Nashville has the strength of their defense. But I believe that we have better scoring. That's why we won the series. So, yeah, and we hope that he's the symbol of hope. Grogu is right. I would overpay for a third pairing Grogu. Okay. We're gonna keep it the Canucks. Hey Trev, we've been moving, so I was offline for a few days. Back now. Yes, Zaddy has got to stay, and I think he will. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, York. But he could be a second pairing defenseman. Remember, Chara was let go by Ottawa, right? Then had exactly. I think he's going to do that. So Drew says, well, it's the best city in the NHL. It's got to be up there, right? It's got to be up there. I hear you, Trev. All they have to do is reach his price tag and term, and Zadorov will sign. I agree. If Hronek goes, Canucks need to sign him. Yeah, I mean, right now we have Hronek on the right-handed side, and then we don't have Myers signed. It sounds like they're going to sign Myers to a team-friendly deal, and then you have Juleson. That's what you have for your right side of defenseman right now. I mean, maybe DPD comes up, maybe Vilander comes up. I don't know. Give him a bridge deal, going to Heartbreakers, losing him. Yeah, I don't think he's going to take a bridge deal, but yeah, we can offer. I think we already tried to offer him that, really. But I can think of another huge, awesome rush deal that we missed. Yeah, I know. Trampkin, I get it. You are the only Canucks fan that owns this sweater. Yes. Yeah, bridge deals are for RFAs, not UFAs. Good point. I do think it's very possible that Hronek will not be on this team next year, because you have to come to a term of the contract, and if you go to arbitration, I think it's a 1-year deal, and then you have to either sign him or let him go. Like I think he could get traded in the middle of the year. Depends how much that arbitration says. We'll see, but there's a good chance he'll be back. I just don't think that he's not going anywhere. I think a lot of people think if he wants $8+ million, they're going to trade him instead. Personalized. Zaddy's agent already stated that what they want and what the Canucks want is far off from one. That's fine. Is not far off from one another at all. Yes. It's closer than anyone realizes. Zadorov will take a pay cut to stay, but it could be $6 million. Real at this stage, I'm cool with it. I don't know. There's something about him that I want him on the team. I just remember my friend Billy, who's the big Avs fan. He's come in here many times and says, "Do not make the same mistake Colorado did and let him walk." They should have never let him go. I don't want the Canucks to do that either. The cap should be balanced based off taxes. Players love playing in the U.S. for that reason alone. Yep. We tax everything over $1 million, like 55%. Wow. It's crazy. Imagine you finally make $1 million and now you're back to 500,000. Like, seriously. I don't think he will sign before July 1st. Really? I mean, if he doesn't, I don't think he's coming back. So, and Trampkin had potential, but I don't think he was going to ever get to Zadorov level, but maybe he would have. I don't know. A team like Toronto will overpay for exactly. Nashville is supposed to be interested in Zadorov as well. They're desperate. Markstrom might be heading there too. Yeah, there's all kinds of rumors. Stuart says 5, so I think that's $5 million, right? Drew says overpay him. What does that mean, Drew? Please post in the comments what you mean overpay him. What does it mean? $6 million? We're talking 6.5, 5.5. Let me know. It is for fact actually only 33% over 240. Oh, okay. It has to be what? Only 33% over 246,000. Interesting. Toronto can't afford the players unless they get rid of Marner or Tavares. I think they're going to get rid of Marner. But yes, you're right. They're strapped to the cap. Edmonton, Winnipeg, Toronto will massively overpay. So would Tampa. Yeah, he's going to be a hot commodity, everyone. It is still ridiculous. It's just that's what it is living in Canada. And yeah, Dell, you're right. Getting rid of Marner is on the top of that list. 6.5 is fair. Okay. That's more than I want to pay, but yeah, Myers won the Calder. Yeah. But he's played 5 out of 6 seasons terribly in Vancouver. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible, Angelo. We'll see. Cole scored the most goals on defense during the playoffs. I know, against us. I haven't seen what this stay tuned this D into. What? I've seen what this stay turned this D into. I'm not afraid to have them walk. I'd love to keep them, but realistically we can't. Okay. I understand you're trying to be realistic here. Dylan's coming here. That would be awesome. I'd love to have him here. Give Zadorov 6x6. Give him 7. I love his big hits. We will never win the cup, but yeah, he's entertaining to watch the boom. I mean, don't you like watching Tripzz's big hits? Don't you like watching Zadorov's big hits? I do. I'm into it. Cole had a good series against Nashville, but a bad series against Edmonton. True. And they're going to let Cole walk. Well, yeah, Canucks will lose 6 players off this off season. Is that UFAs? That's not including RFAs, right? With Hronek and She Loves. Yeah, they're going to gain at least 2 players. Oh, it's past his bedtime. Callum, good to have you here. Have a good sleep. Yeah, what is the deal, guys, with cap friendly? Why are the Capitals sold them like? But I just signed up for Puckpedia today. I have enjoyed what I've seen so far, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced what cap friendly will it change? Why would it change? Why would they buy it and not continue? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So can you guys fill me in on why you think that? A lot of people think that. I don't know why they think it's over. Would love to see a deep dive on goaltending. Okay. I mean, really? Okay, let me just think about that quickly here. That's probably I guess it's not the least of our concerns, being with Demko's injury history. Okay, I'll think about that one personalized. Lindholm appears to be out of here, leaving more money for us to sign Hronek and Zadorov. Exactly, Victor. I agree with that. I do not think Lindholm's coming back, but we'll see. Do a list of UFA and RFAs who got hit and dude, I did do a video on this already. Have you not seen this? I did this like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Which one should we keep? I also did this one. So many holes to fill. Check those out, man. Check these out, everyone. If you haven't seen them. Check them out. Drew says Lindholm was always a rental, plus it got Kuzmenko off the books. Yeah, that's the one I want to do a conversation about. I think that's an important conversation, Drew. You might not like my answer, though, on that one, but Trev, what Toymaker just said, that would be awesome to requote, do a list of UFA and RFAs who got hit and grit. Okay, so you're just thinking like tough guys, playoff players, kind of that feel? It's not a big list, everyone. Just saying, it's a small list. Trading PD will keep the team going from. I mean, that's a possibility. His no trade clause does not kick in until last year. By the way, Canuck Clay told me that's because they can't give no trade clauses to people until they're a certain age, and that's why. That's why he doesn't have one. Walsh said Hronek wants to stay. Yep, he did. But did you see? You saw that video, and you saw what he was talking about arbitration. He's already talking about arbitration, bro. 7.5. Okay, that's reasonable. We have Besser to worry about next year, and then lose 3 more. OEL bio. I know. We have to be smart. We have to be smart. You're right, Mike. I just think you want to have the right players. You can't just say, oh, we have to worry about the cap all the time, and you don't put the players around that are going to be successful. You can get players for cheap who won't play well for you. So which ones do you pay for? Which ones do you go cheap on? Which ones do you bring up them the minors? Which ones, you know what I mean? Which ones are in the system already? Rutherford will overpay you, but then he will ship you out. Yeah, if you don't produce, Drew. If you don't produce. Toymaker, we may go down as the only team in history to never win a cup. We should have the toughest team who beats teams up to entertain us. If we can't beat them, we beat them. We beat them. Toymaker, I mean, it's not that bad of a strategy, to be honest. Yeah, got the best view in West Vancouver. Why not live here? Exactly. Stuart says 6. I'm 6. Okay, that's fine. I don't know. Seattle, Salt Lake City, Arizona, Winnipeg. I've never won a Stanley Cup as well, to name a few teams. Exactly. We're not the only ones, unfortunately. I like that Barkley was on the broadcast. They should hire him, right? Are you talking like Charles Barkley? You mean Canuck Clay? No, you don't mean Canuck Clay. By the way, guys, wild story. This was such a great interview and such a great night talking about this documentary. I was so glad to have him on there. If you've seen the documentary, you should watch this. This is one of the lowest viewed videos so far, and it was such a good night. It was such a good interview with Clay. It was such an interesting topic. I was shocked. So if your friends are talking about that, seeing that documentary, could you please recommend them this to watch? I think Clay really brought some great insights. I loved it. I loved it, everyone. So, I mean, post it on your Facebook wall right now, everyone. Can you do me a favor? Post this link, the link to this video on your Facebook wall or your Instagram or whatever. Get people watching this because it's the hottest thing right now. People watch it in Vancouver and want to talk about it. I thought it was a very, very good conversation, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, and Minnesota doesn't have any cups either. So they had Charles Barkley on? I didn't see that. Hey, Trev, another thing to consider is the cap is going up by $4 million. Does that change the UFA signing strategy? Yeah, I do think it does a little bit. The problem is the OEL thing really is it doesn't matter. It really hurt us. It matters, but it hurts us. Rather pay Dylan $3 million. I would be fine. I'm okay, but guys, do you not know how old Dylan is? Let's go. I gotta go to find this out. This is Winnipeg, right? So come on. Where is he here? Dylan is 33 years old, everyone. 33. Like, think about that for a minute. I like Dylan too. How many more years has he got? 2? 3? Maybe? I would definitely rather have Hronek at 8 than Big Z at 6. We need to make the playoffs. Yeah, I get it. Can you tell me with all honesty right now, and I get these are right-handed shot defensemen. Everyone's saying, well, the reason why Hughes had a great year is because of Hronek. I think he helped. Don't get me wrong. But if we're honest, Hronek had a great first half of the year and did not have a very good second half of the year. And in fact, didn't have the greatest playoffs either, everyone. Let's be honest. You guys want to give him $8 million for playing half a season great? I don't know. Godolban was a long shot. You know that, my friend. Team friendly for Myers should be $2 million after ripping off the team for the last 5 years. We got one good year from him. I know. A lot of Canuck fans think that, but I think he's going to make a little bit more than that. Look at contracts for first pairing D-men. $8 million is not that high. $8 million for people who score. Score, bro. It's not just people who put in the money. or the time. I mean, it's not just. I'll look into that a little bit more. I know he's 26. 50-point physical defenseman was a huge reason we. Yeah, I just don't think he's as good as you guys think he is. And you've come here for the honest takes, right? The realistic takes, even though I've got lots of passion, but I'm just not convinced that he's the difference maker. I think you could replace him, even if you want someone older with more experience. I think you can find value, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Hronek's the key. Yeah, I understand, but at the end of the day, I think there should be an unwritten rule that you cannot make more than the best player on the team. You know, we've already paid Pedersen that he's supposed to be, but he's not. Hughes is better. JT Miller is better than Pedersen. I don't know. I just don't think you can sign Hronek and he's going to be happy about that. Yeah, it is, but it isn't. It's also about the numbers. Just so you know, reminder, was it Detroit? There was an unsaid rule that you can't make more money than Lindstrom. I think that's a good rule to have. I think that's a good rule. Or maybe it was Tampa Bay and you couldn't make more than Stamkos and Kucherov. I don't know. Can't remember. The coaching staff turned around this team. We had no system identity on Bruce. Exactly. We will be fine no matter how this shakes. I don't know if we'll be fine no matter, but yeah. Think about it though for a moment, Mike, and I'm with you. I'm in Alvin and Rutherford. I trust, but here's the pushback: nobody bats 1,000. Nobody. So sometimes they get forced into deals and it doesn't turn out. I'd rather go with the guys you know. I don't know how many D-men are making more than Quinn. I have no idea. $2, not $2 million? Wow. Wow. 5 times 4 now? Is that what you're saying? Not sure. All right. Hey, Japan 4, welcome. Bo wanted more, and they traded him so Hronek could be traded. Shouldn't let go Big Z, but looks like Detroit is going after Joshua. Yep. I'd rather overpay Kempner than Zadorov. Let's go! You know what? I'll give the Canucks a team discount, okay? I'll give the Canucks a team discount. What do you think, Grogu? Team discount? Okay. So we'll do, listen, I'll do 3.5 times 5 years. No problem. I'm in. Sign Z for 5. Okay, Jeevan, I like it. Oh, I just got it for you. I think fans are just afraid of post-COVID where lots of good players go to Calgary or walk. Exactly. Horvat was the reason the Canucks players had no chemistry. They were toxic last season. Not Bruce. Boudreau. On ice play, demeanor, attitude reflected because of the captain. Big Bad Bo is right. Interesting. I don't know if that's true, but interesting. I mean, I'm wearing Bo's hat. Yeah, right here. I love this hat. So cool. Jorg, if Hronek thinks he can get $8 million somewhere else, God bless him. I'll drive him to the airport. Sounds good. I know. I just feel like 8's a lot. If Myers got 6.5, I think he got 6. I think he got 6 times 6. If I'm right, I'm Z's agent. I want more than that on point of personal. Yeah, I hear you. My prediction for Canucks losing 6 players. Yes, UFAs. Okay. Yep. So which 3 guys are they keeping that are UFAs? I would say if I was going UFAs, I don't think Lindholm will be back at this moment. I don't think Joshua's going to be back. Cole's not. Lafferty's not. Who else? Who else is on that list? I think Myers is back, so I'll go Myers for sure is back. And I think Zadorov. And there's got to be a couple more. Let me just bring this back up. Oh, I got to go to here. I think Bluger. Myers, and Zadorov. That's what I think. That's what I think, everyone. Where are we here? Oh, I'm way far down. Sorry. There we go. The Botch Guy. Hey, how long did it take before your Canucks channel started to make serious progress with viewership and consistency? Thanks. Good question. I think I've had this channel. Okay, so long story quickly is I have done Canucks content for years, but I also did NFL content, NBA content, anything that I got inspired with sports. I called it Kempner Sports. Okay. Then I realized during COVID or post COVID was you needed to focus in. You couldn't do like you don't do a shotgun approach online. You got to make it specific. So I made my own Kempner Canucks channel out of that. And I think I've been doing this for a year and 4 months now, maybe a little longer. And it really started to make serious progress during the draft because I get super obsessed with draft picks, and the Canucks had a good pick. And so I did tons of research, tons of video content. I started really growing my channel then, but it started going leaps and bounds once the season started. And I also got really good endorsements from Canuck Clay. I was on Locked On Canucks. Yeah, I got some traction with other people recognizing that I make good Canucks content. Yeah, so but this season was awesome. It took me I was hoping by Christmas I was going to get to 1,000 subscribers. I didn't make it that fast. So that was hard. It was a grind. It's been a grind, and I had to be consistent. I think I'm at close to 400 videos now. Like there's a lot. My wife says that this is a part-time job for me that doesn't make hardly any money. Cat Friendly is not going to be public anymore after July 5th. Why? Cat Friendly will go black on the internet. Why? I didn't see that. All good, Toy Maker. I missed it too. My bad as well. It's fine. I think I know what you guys are talking about. Canuck Clay, think he literally got 15 seconds of fame in the Riot documentary. Was neat to see him on it. What a documentary. I mean, I think he was shown or had his voice 6 times in that documentary. Yeah, it was hard to watch. The documentary was hard to watch for sure. Charlton Chiefs, Broad Street Bullies on a team like that. I get it. You're old school though, Troy Maker. There's a new NHL now. It's not like that anymore, but I understand what you're saying. We would have made the finals with Demko or PD going. Yeah. How do you not think that, right? I'm with you. We almost beat Edmonton with a third string goaltender without Besser in game 7, without Demko, without PD going. I think there was just too many. And I'm not trying to make excuses. I think the Edmonton Oilers did earn it, but I wish we were healthy because it would have been really great to see. Jets, Ottawa, Sabres, Sharks haven't won a cup yet. Yeah, Jeevan, you're right. Yeah, like what I said, if Besser played as well. Ryan, have you done a videos on a season recap going through all the different trades we did through? I am going to do that. The reason why I'm waiting, Ryan, is because it's too early to do that yet, because it depends if we sign Lindholm back and we sign Zadorov, because that makes a difference whether those trades are worth it or not. But I'm definitely going to do a video on this. I'm going to do a video on this. Thank you, Ryan, for the suggestion. But I want you to know I've been thinking about it already and been milling in my mind already what I'm going to do for that. Why not to live in West Vancouver? Taxes, property taxes, gas taxes, harmonized tax, HST, insurance rates. I know, man. I know. Are we wearing the black jerseys full time next year? No, we are not. Lucas Gates, who works for the Canucks, said there is. Well, he said that there's where they're not going to the white skate jersey. I think he had mentioned too that he doesn't think the black skate is going to be full time, but I'd love it. They're going to stick with the blue, I think. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's worth talking about. It's hard to talk about. Oh, I get it. It was an embarrassment for sure. Dylan, Myers, Zadorov, all third pairing guys. Keep Zadorov. Don't bother with the other two. Well, we need a right-handed shot defenseman. And Myers played second pairing minutes this year. So, yeah, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, though. Dreamer, they could get a cheaper Hronek. Management knows the player that. Yeah, exactly. I think that a lot. They need someone else to play with Hughes, yeah. Or they need to get someone. Matthews drove the market up with Matthew at 14, Nylander 2 at 11. Yes, I know. Pettersson is the best on the team. One bad season, and everyone is writing him off. I do not think he's the best player on the team. Nope. That was what I was worried about when he got 102 points, and everyone thought, this is it. He's going to do it. But, Jeevan, can I tell you something sincerely? I hope you're right. But I think Hughes is the best player on the team. And then the next best player on the team is JT Miller. Guys, JT Miller is a stud. I'm just saying. I know Pettersson's good. I know he's got elite skills. He's just got to piece it all together. Do you think that Pettersson's going to have an incredible playoff career? I'm not convinced on that yet, but maybe I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong. Will Zadorov be back? Most say yes, with one saying no, due to history proving he always goes the highest bidder. Sign Z. I think we should sign him. I am the first, come on, folks. Hughes is the 23rd highest paid NHL defenseman. That's wild. I sincerely hope Zadorov gets signed by the Canucks, but please do not sign him for $6.66 million. Yeah, I hope Bluger comes back as well because I think you can sign him for good price. UFAs, Lindholm, Joshua, Cole are not back. Thinking you'll add Bluger, Lafferty, and the Smith. Wow. Oh, so you're thinking Zadorov, Joshua, and who's the other guy I'm missing there? Myers. Dell, the graphics I make, thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate that. I do them all myself. All of them are. I love graphic design. I'm trying to get better and better at it, but those are all done by me, created by me. So thanks. I appreciate the encouragement. It's a lot of work. Trust me. Putting a video together is a lot of work. Making a thumbnail and a graphic, almost the same amount of time. Crazy, hey? Swap Mikheyev's money for Toffoli. Let Myers walk. Save yourself $2 million and play Juleson instead. Let Amon, Bluger, Lafferty go. No contract league is a good destination for them. I think in theory it's good. I think that Mikheyev's contract's a mess. I don't think we're going to do that, but we could. We'll see. Alvin says he is interested in Chatfield. I'm interested in Chatfield as well. We already had him in the system. That's what ticks me off. If he's available to sign, not sure what he could mean. Yeah, right hand. Yeah, he's right-handed. So I would love for him to be here. Oh, wow. 83,000 subscribers. Wow. I'll check it out. I didn't know that. That's cool. Congrats, man. That's so good. I'll have to check it out. Maybe I've already come across your stuff then. 83,000 subscribers. Wow. I'm not even at 1,300 yet. But I appreciate everyone that follows me. You're all a blessing. Hi T says Caps is set to buy cap funding. I know, but I don't get why they want to do that. OEL playing well in Florida. Yeah, that sucks. If he wins the cup, could the Canucks get a mention etching for that on the silver? I don't know, man. Get Stetch back. He's so old. Like, he's overrated. I agree. Yeah, too small. We need Zadorov kind of people. So glad we don't have guys like Bashir, Ojek, Domi, Phil Flores. Oh, wait. Now the NHL's... Yeah, Kempe is awesome. I like the enforcers back. I mean, I don't think we should go back fully, but I like him. They paid an arm and a leg to get Hronek. Yep, I agree. It's not easy to get young cheap. Cheap is the key word, RFAD, who's the right shot. I agree, but when you're going to sign him $8 million times 8 years, that's a long time, and I hope he pans out. Justin Bieber, re-sign Zadorov. He says he is the exact defender with that mean streak and a hard hitter, so you can do what you can to keep this big Russian. I agree. Best on the team: Quinn Hughes, JT Miller, Demko, Garland, Besser. Yeah, like, think about that. I mean, Pettersson had 89 points this last year. I don't know if he can bulk up, but I think you're right. Hughes got targeted first by Nashville, then the Oilers. Who stuck for Hughes? Nobody. Wish Shen was on the team still. Talk about dude, you're the one who's talking about a third pairing defenseman. That's what Shen is. But anyways, we need more sweets. Darnell Nurse suffered broken ribs tonight. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, I feel bad for him. I know he tried to go back on the ice, but he couldn't do it. He can do it again. Kotkaniemi would protect Hughes, would he? He only played 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Good night, Personalized. Thank you so much. God bless you too. Go Canucks, go. I think if we have all RFAs, UFAs back because they believe we can win, that's when we will win the cup. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they say. Surely we'll win the cup before the Sabres, right? I agree. Ryan, I think we're on our path. I think we're closer than people think. Shen was the second best defenseman when he was here. Okay, but we had terrible defenseman, Toymaker. Pettersson just needs to go on the Kempner diet. I mean, he's got to eat good food. All right, everyone. It's been an hour. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate it. Just a reminder that I love making Canucks content. It's passionate, realistic, and honest. Please hit the like and subscribe. Follow on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. I'd really appreciate that. And of course, always, everyone, want you to let's cheer on the team. I can't believe that the Panthers are up 2-0. I think the Oilers are in big trouble personally. But listen, it's been a shocking year on multiple levels, Vancouver being one of them, but the Oilers make it to the finals, and now it's 2-0. Do they come back? Do they win it? Or do they get swept? Or is it 5 games? I don't know. All I know is I'm shocked. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the video suggestions. I'll get into those videos later on. But of course, always, go Canucks, go.